What's up, y'all? I'm about to ruin some jeans today, and y'all are gonna watch me do it. I'm just playing. So basically, I bought some jeans from TJ Maxx at Hardy Jeans. They look real cool, but the issue is that they are a slim taper. Slim taper means that they taper at the bottom and they get real thin. So the top section of the pants is cool, but the bottom section is just a little too tight. So what I want to do is I want to flare them, and I've done this one time before. It turned out pretty decent. You guys might have seen it in one of my other videos, but I didn't record the process. So this time I'm gonna record the process. That way you guys get kind of a tutorial. I say tutorial, but I'm not an expert, so honestly, I don't know. You know, we'll see how it goes. You know, I figured it'd be something a little entertaining for y'all to watch, and you know, maybe you guys can try it after I do it. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Jumping that, summon that bitch, jumping that fire, jumping that bitch.
Don't mind the room, I'm still packing, as you guys can see. But yeah, first order of business, I got the pants on right now. Y'all can see it. It's a little tough, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, we gotta fix the bottoms. So obviously our first order of business is to figure out how high I want to flare the jeans, because like it's a little tight on the calf, but I don't want to flare it too high, because I feel like the higher it is, the uglier it gets. Maybe 10 to 12 inches of flare from the bottom to the top. And then also I have to figure out how wide I want it too. So I'm gonna measure the bottom of the pant. I'm gonna go for probably like around 12-inch diameter. All right, so the purpose of measuring all this is so that you know how big you're gonna make your flare, and also you want to pick your flare material. I honestly completely forgot to tell y'all to do that, but what I'm gonna do is use an old t-shirt, as you guys can see, because the pants are black and white. I'm just gonna, you know, have that theme going on. What you want to do is you want to measure the bottom. You want to figure out how wide you want to flare them. My last jeans were 10 inches. I think I'm gonna go for 11 or 12 on these ones, just because the 10 was a little bit, just a hair tighter than I wanted. But anyway, what you're gonna do is you're gonna measure the distance from one end to the other end, and then the rest of the distance, however long you want to make it, whether your pants are 10 inches, let's say this is 5, then you're gonna make the bottom of your flare 5 inches. That way, when you stitch it together, it's gonna be the diameter of your the entire diameter of your pants. And then you're gonna measure up top how high you want your flare to go on your pants, and that's also gonna tell you how high you're gonna cut your flare. So let's say this way you want 5 inches, so you'll do 5 inches by like 12 inches, and then you'll cut your triangle in that size. That way you know exactly how big it's gonna be. All right, now this next part of the process really depends on the person, whether you want to cut a rectangle or cut a triangle. I'm gonna go ahead and cut a rectangle, that way I have a little bit more extra fabric to work with. But what you want to do is cut the size that you measured. So mine's gonna be 12 inches by 6 inches. So I'm gonna cut a little bit extra, just in case I mess up. Like, I'm gonna cut an extra ½ inch, that way I have a little bit more room to mess up and I can cut the extra fabric off if I need. So I just turned it inside out, that way I can make my markings on the inside of the pants instead of on the outside. When you're cutting, try not to let this stuff get wrinkled, because if it wrinkles, then your cut isn't gonna be straight, and that makes it hard. Hopefully y'all can still see me. I don't even know if this angle is good. Okay, so I got one triangle cut out. Y'all can see the edges are not perfect, and that's why we cut, you know, extra, you know, seamage that way, or extra fabric, that way we have space to make the seams and whatnot. All right, y'all boys, so I got both of my triangles cut out, as y'all can see. Are they perfect? No, but that's fine, because a lot of the excess fabric on the sides and on the back is gonna get tucked in. So this is what they look like right now, and then they're obviously gonna be on this panel right here, right there, and then you just kind of, you know, this is a good way to kind of like mock up what it's gonna look like right there. That's how you flare G? No, I'm playing. Okay, so now that we're here, this is a point of no return. Once you cut these jeans, you're done for. Like, that's it. You gotta finish. You have to finish. That's why we do the triangles first. If you want to back out, then you back out at the triangles. But we are at the point of no return now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna find the outside seam of the jeans, and you're gonna cut along that the same length of your triangle, maybe just a hair shorter. I like to do it like maybe like a 1/4 inch shorter. That way I have a little bit of extra fabric at the top, just in case my hole is, you know, just in case I measured incorrectly. I like to have a little bit of extra wiggle room. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna cut all the way up on the seam. And then from there we're gonna move to the sewing machine. That way y'all can really see, you know, the whole process. All right, y'all boys. So we are at the sewing machine now. So this is a Brother JX2517. So I can't really tell you settings for, you know, how to thread it and whatnot. If you want that, you're gonna have to, you know, go look up a YouTube video, because everybody's sewing machine is gonna be different. There's no guarantee that y'all are gonna have the same one that I do, but you know, I'm just gonna set it up and whatnot, and then show y'all how to actually sew the stuff together. So we got our stuff here. We got the ruler here. We got some pins in here, and then we got the jeans themselves right here. What we want to do is turn the jeans inside out first. All right, we got our jeans turned inside out. We're gonna want to get our triangles turned inside out as well. And so what we're gonna do now that they're inside out is we're gonna put the inside ends together like this, pin them together at the top, in the middle, and at the bottom. And then same thing on the other side when you're doing the other side. But you can do it one at a time, or you can do it on both sides. It doesn't really matter. But what you're gonna do is pin it together, and then once you pin it together, stick it under the sewing machine and just stitch a straight line all the way down. That's it. Alright, so it took a little while. Sewing machine was giving me a little bit of trouble, but I finally got one end of it. 1 out of 4 ends sewn together, as y'all can see. So the reason I told y'all to, man, y'all can't even see. Hold on. It's too dark, bro. Okay, anyway, the reason I told y'all to fold these ends together on the opposite side is when you flip it out, you got a nice little seam right there, you know? It looks super off because the sewing machine was giving me trouble, so I had to try to figure it out. I think I got it down, so we're gonna continue on the other side and we're gonna see how it turns out. All right, y'all, I know it was looking messed up before, but y'all just let me cook. So we got one side done. I got the pants on right now, so y'all can see what it's gonna look like. I'm gonna go ahead and go in my mirror, that way I can see a little bit of everything. All right, y'all boys, here are the pants. Y'all can see I went ahead and put on some Jordan 1 lows, that way I can, if this will focus, dang, that way I can see how much it flares, you know. There we go. And I'll go ahead and show y'all like this, that way y'all can really see it for real. So I kind of wish I would have did it a little bit higher, because it's still a little bit tight in the calves, but not gonna lie, it's gonna have to do. But y'all can see the edges are very clean. Now that we've, like, if you stitch from the inside and fold it outward like this, you'll get some clean edges. There's some parts that I have to clean up, like right here at the end. I didn't start at the very end, so I'm gonna go ahead and hand stitch that together. But this side turned out fine. Y'all can see the little Ed Hardy on the back, and then the flare right there. It's gonna look fire. It's gonna look fire. So we're gonna go ahead and finish up the second side, and then we'll be done. All right, we're back in the room now. As y'all can see, they are all finished. There's both sides. I think this one turned out just a hair smaller if you really look at it, but nobody's gonna really, you know, be paying attention. It doesn't matter. But yeah, they turned out pretty dope. Y'all can see the little Ed Hardy on the back. So yeah, I think they turned out pretty dope. Let me know if y'all enjoyed this tutorial of me up my jeans. But yeah, you know, they turned out pretty cool. I'm gonna post some IG fits probably when I get to campus, because I really don't have the time. I gotta leave for college in like 2 days. So eventually I'll post some fits on my IG down below. And yeah, with that, I'm gonna end the video. So I will see you guys later.